Just north of the Delaware Expressway and east of Broad Street, we find ourselves at Lincoln Financial Field in South Philly. Coming up, a battle to represent the NFC in this year's Super Bowl, and we've got a potential classic in store, as it'll be the Carolina Panthers taking on the Philadelphia Eagles. Here comes Harris out of the end zone. And ultimately cannot get this out to the 25-yard line as he's dropped at the 23.
Down. Smith, ready.
Here's Eckler to begin the drive. And this will go as a gain of 7 as he gets it to the 30-yard line.
A nice run here early on. It doesn't take a great play caller to realize you want to establish a guy of his caliber with runs like this early because they will pay dividends as the game progresses.
A quick throw there out to Williams. 7 yards there and a first down. That was a lightning-fast decision that time. He just caught it and got rid of it.
Because he saw his guy was going to be open immediately. So he took the R, the run, out of the play. He took the O, the option, out of the play, and immediately got to the pass.
On play action, Young. And it's incomplete. Young's incompletion on first down leads to a 2nd and 10.
Ready.
Now a give running left is Eckler. And some room to run now. And he'll be out of bounds just shy of the 40. That good for 22 and a first down.
It's been a long season, but he still looks fresh running the football. He knows his guys are one game away from a Super Bowl, so he's going to give it all he's got. And that's a heck of a run right there.
It's a 6-yard gain on the ground, and that'll make it 2nd and 4.
A quick burst there, and he nicely bit off a pretty decent gain.
Brings up 2nd and 4.
Ready.
2nd down and 4. Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Williams. And he has another first down as they'll get the ball down to the Eagles' 25-yard line. They pick up 12 on the play there, and they move the chains. Well, they brought the pressure, and that meant man coverage behind him, so he's still able to complete the pass.
Even as he took the hit. And that's what you have to do, because I was just talking with a coach the other day, and he said, look, it's not always going to be pretty back there. You're going to have to give me completions. Even when you're taking some hits, sometimes you have to be your own blitz control, for lack of a better term. Got to make completions, step up and make those throws, and he did that.
I think the defense surprised him there with that blitz on first down, but give him credit. Stayed cool under pressure and still found a way through the extra rushers for positive yardage. Well done.
In motion right, that's Williams. On 2nd down, Eckler. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. It's a loss of a yard, so it's back to 3rd and 10.
That was well played there defensively. 2 tight ends in the formation, which essentially gave him 7 blockers up front. Hard to imagine with all that size and beef that they could let a tackler through. But that's exactly what happened. A loss resulted.
Young on 3rd down. Flushed out right. And he wisely will throw that one away.
Smart move to throw that one away. You're in field goal range, so you definitely don't want to be loose with the ball. And that's great work by this defense to force a 4th down.
Now hold everything here. We're going to get a timeout. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter.
A
Caleb Shudak on now for the field goal. From the right hash, it's a 41-yard attempt. And his kick is indeed good. Not a touchdown, obviously, but playoffs, you're on the road. At least you put something on the board.
I would agree with that totally. You're not exactly sending a message to the opposition, but you are letting them know that you came to play.
And he'll elect not to run with it. And a fair catch on the kickoff will move the ball to the 25.
At their own 25-yard line.
Hurts and the Eagles come up here 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line. On the ground, it's Swift to start the drive. And he takes this up to the 40-yard line before being corralled. 15 yards is the pickup there, and the drive starting very nicely. First down. Seemed like a couple sets of eyes were on the quarterback, so he decided, hey, I'm going to hand this off. Got a good gain out of it.
And you know you need good blocking up front in order to gain yardage, but every one of these RPOs, if you do it right and they look the same, whether it's handed off inside or the quarterback keeps it, that allows you to fool the defense so often. And in this case, fool them with the inside run.
And they'll get this well past midfield before being stopped just before the 35. 24 yards to gain there. Another first down as well.
You don't always expect tight ends to be big in terms of run after the catch, but after that play, he joins a growing band of players that's putting that stereotype right on its ear.
Back-to-back good plays have him on the move on first down. On 1st and 10, it's Swift. Touchdown! Philadelphia! DeAndre Swift, 36 yards. And the Eagles have taken the lead here this NFC Championship game. Elliott good with a PAT. And that makes it a 7-3 lead. Touchdown. Here's Elliott on to kick it away. Here comes Harris out of the end zone. And tackled at the 21-yard line, so a net negative there of 4 yards. The Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive. And after the field goal last time, see what they can get here. At least they got points out of the last drive, Charles.
I've never met an offensive coach that didn't want to drive to end with a kick. Most of them want to end with a PAT, right? In this case, a field goal, they'll take it. Way better than the alternative, which is a punt.
Yeah, but you met fan bases that wanted that, that weren't happy with that field goal.
I haven't met a fan base yet that wants to drive to end with a kick, other than the extra point. That's it.
First down, and they stick with Eckler. And this defense not giving him anything there. Maybe a yard up to the 36.
I'll give them credit for trying, but there's no fooling the defense with that call. They were reading run, and they set up to stop the run, and then executed.
Ball on the 36 now. Here's a 2nd down and 9. To throw, Young. That is caught. It's Chris Godwin. And he has another first down as they'll get the ball down to the Eagles' 35. That one nearly 30 yards, 29 officially. So from Philadelphia territory now, here's a 1st and 10 at the 35-yard line. Throw left side, pulled in by Mingo. So they'll get 8 out of that completion, and they'll be left with 2nd and a couple. Zero hesitation that time. That was get ball, throw ball.
Yeah, it turned into a smoke route. If you see the coverage off the receiver, doesn't matter whether you call it a run or not. Just take the ball, get it out to him.
Williams, a man in motion right. A give, Eckler running to the right. And now off to the races, down the right side. And he doesn't quite make it, taking it within an eyelash. Dropped at the 1. 69 yards rushing for him now as he has gotten the night off to a hot start.
Well, they came into this game saying it was important that they set the tone and show that they can run the football. I believe that they've done that here in the first quarter.
Now they'll put a receiver in motion left.
Ready?
Sanders is into the end zone for a Panthers touchdown.
2 good drives on their first 2 possessions. Remember, the first wound up in a field goal, but we all know field goals aren't going to cut it in the NFL, so they're not going to be denied here, and they wind up punching this one into the end zone.
Caleb Shudak on to try the point after. And it's through, and that makes the lead 10-7.
Makes the score Panthers 10, Eagles 7.
The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. But no run back here. Fair catch, and this will come out to the 25.
Eagles take over first and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. This drive here beginning probably with a pair of motivated groups. Remember, the offense scored a touchdown on their last time out, looking to repeat that in Charles's defense. They were very frustrated after giving up 6 the last time on the field.
And frankly, it's just about it.
They'll come up now 2nd and 4 from the 31. They'll stay on the ground with Swift. And that'll hurt the average a bit as this time they're able to get him behind the line. Call that a loss of a yard, and things get a little more difficult here, 3rd and 5.
An interesting and intriguing decision there defensively because they kept extra DBs on the field despite seeing the multiple tight end look that came out for the offense.
I thought they were going to switch out of it. I didn't know if they felt they didn't have time or what the case was.
Well, in any event, the extra speed allowed for great penetration as they stuffed that one behind the line of scrimmage.
Hurts' throw brought in by Brown. And take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds. That's a 3rd down conversion of 24 yards there. Nice play.
First and 10 at the 46-yard line.
So from Panther territory now, it's 1st and 10 at the 46. On the option to give to Swift here. And a pretty big hole as he's down to about the 40. He'll get a nice chunk there on the 1st down run, and it's 2nd and 4.
I think we all suspected that they were going back to him after he found the end zone on his last carry, and they kept the positive momentum going there. Another nice run by him.
They go play action with Hurts, escaping the pressure right. Hurts dangerous when he runs that football. He's got a 1st.
As he came to the line of scrimmage, he knew he didn't need much to reset the chain, so when he saw the space he needed, no hesitation. He went to the marker and got his guys a 1st down.
The Panthers going to use the 2nd of their timeouts. So as they talk it over, we step aside. From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. Watkins in motion left. Hurts with a little pop pass on the jet sweep. And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8, 2nd and 2.
And a lot of times these plays, they either go for nothing or they go for big yardage. And here, they got to the outside, turned it upfield, and ended up getting a nice little gain out of it.
Play action. Here's Hurts. They'll roll him out right. And that is incomplete. A lot of force bearing down on him there. He could not hang on. It's 3rd down.
That was an interesting look there because as soon as he got outside the pocket, I thought he was going to take off and run for yardage. But what often happens now with these quarterbacks who can move, defenses want to try and keep bodies in front of them, and I think that discouraged him from taking off and made him try to pass downfield that fell incomplete.
And he takes it down to the 10-yard line. 78 yards rushing for him now. A strong performance here in this 1st half with his Super Bowl berth on the line. Here's Swift. And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, Philadelphia. DeAndre Swift with his 2nd touchdown here in this 1st half. And the Eagles are once again back in front. Elliott good on the extra point. And the lead is now 13-10. Here comes Harris out of the end zone. And all deep in his own territory, he coughs up the football. But fortunately, he's able to recover his own fumble, or that could have been trouble.
I didn't do this in college, but I did it in high school. When you return kicks and you lose it yourself, the panic that goes through you and the determination to get the ball back, I don't even know how to describe it. And I think we just saw an example there.
Yeah, and the relief when you get it back like he did.
Yeah, you go to the sidelines, you know you're going to get yelled at, but you can handle it because you got the ball back.
Now a nice play defensively on first down as this is knocked away and incomplete.
It certainly didn't appear that that's where he wanted to go with the ball initially, so he tried to get something out of it by dumping it off to his running back unsuccessfully.
Young's incompletion on first down leads to a 2nd and 10. On second down, they'll run it here. Dances by at the 20. And he'll find some space up to about the 25. 9 yards, not quite enough, and they'll be left now with 3rd and 1.
Okay, he didn't break that one all the way, but you got to know that he feels like he's right on the verge, and that's probably exactly what he's telling him in the huddle right now.
They'll try to pick up the first with Eckler. All right, so they got that one, Charles, against the center.
And let's remember how difficult it is for the center, because remember, he's got to snap the ball to put the play in motion, and sometimes you got that big guy on your nose. You got sometimes where he's coming at you at an angle. It's a difficult job for him to snap the ball and then execute his block.
So following the holding call, what can they do here on 3rd and long? Here is Young. Oh, this is taken in. It's complete. And it'll be touchdown here, but not before he does pick up the first.
Now that one hurts defensively. They force him into 3rd and long, had the advantage, yet they give up the big play right there.
Yeah, their offense was already warming up on the sideline, ready to come out. So much for that 3 and out. They'll send Williams in motion right.
On the ball. Set.
Running on first down, Eckler. And he's down right around midfield after a gain of 2, maybe 3.
Well, that's a real nice job there by the defensive front. They just engaged and held their ground. But how about the guy who made the play? We often talk about whether they take a good first step or not. Many times you just don't take any step. Just get your feet moving, get your body going, and then once he made the read, he was able to make the play.
And he's going to get this one down to the 45. It'll be a gain of 5, but still about 3 yards shy of the first down marker, and now it's 3rd down.
Not a ton of room available on that one, but he made use of what space was available and gained decent yardage.
Coming up here looking for 3 yards to pick up the first. On 3rd down, here's Eckler. And good space to operate there as he takes this down inside the 35-yard line. 87 yards for him on the ground so far tonight as he has been terrific in this first half. From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10.
Watch out now. 50 series. Ready.
Once more, here's Eckler. And he'll take this down to the 33.
He's definitely tough to get down. We just saw it right there. But how about what we did see? Pursuit, wrap up, and then the big finish with the tackle.
2 minutes remain in the first half of this NFC Championship. We remind you that coming up in 2 minutes' time, we'll hand you off to Orlando, where Jonathan Coachman will have highlights and analysis of this first half of action. Up the middle with Eckler. And he'll follow his blockers there all the way down to the 23-yard line. Give him 10 there, good enough for a Panther first down.
But they're getting ready to go to work now in prime real estate after that last run. Found his spot and picked up nice yardage, didn't he?
And now he's got him knocking on the door of the red zone.
Set. Ready. Claws red.
They'll try to throw down. Young. And he's wrapped up. Taken down. Back at the 25. Multiple players combined for their team's first sack of the game. And they weren't in zone coverage. They were in man, and each man did his job.
And that looked like vintage, old-school coverage, didn't it? Man coverage reminded me of an old Raiders team. They had a Hall of Famer at one corner and a Defensive Player of the Year at the other, and they just locked people down.
Ready?
Out of the gun, Eckler running it. Oh, able to avoid him. And he'll get him inside the 15 down to the 14-yard line. They get 11 back on that one. It leads to third down.
This guy's well on his way now to a big game on the ground. It's another good run there. Puts him over the century mark in yardage, and we're still in the second quarter.
On third down, they're going to run for it here. The Eagles going to take the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with 25 seconds to go here in half number one. Caleb Shudak on now for the field goal. From the right hash, just a 34-yard attempt. And his kick here is good. And the lead is down to one now at 14-13. So the 3 points here, they're still down, but they put somewhat of a dent into that lead going into the break.
Anything helps when you're trying to chip away at a lead, but they do know that they're going to need a little bit better effort in the second half.
So we're back to a one-point game now as the kickoff comes. And he'll elect not to run with it. The fair catch will move this out to the 25-yard line.
At their own 25-yard line.
Already at the line, this Philly offense set to go. And with a one-point lead, you'd have to think they'll be looking just to get this to halftime. And some room to maneuver. And how about that for just running out the clock? Now the Eagles will use the second of their timeouts as it'll come with 15 seconds to play in the first half. So the big play gets him across midfield now for 1st and 10. On the option to give to Swift here. And a good job of finding the open space to run as he's down close to the 30 here. Add the gain here to the previous play, and it's better than 40 yards total. And with just 4 seconds left in this first half, a timeout call. So with 4 seconds to go in the half, here's the field goal unit onto the field. This one from 48 yards away. The kick by Elliott is good. And that will do it for this first half. First half in the books. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Welcome back. Charles and I settled into the booth, ready for quarter number 3. The Hallis Trophy still hangs in the balance as the second half now underway in the NFC Championship game. And the fair catch signaled for and taken, so they'll begin this third quarter from their 25-yard line. The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. And I think here with the lead, CD, they have to resist that temptation of kind of looking ahead. Would you agree?
Absolutely, I would agree, because they know the stakes. They know the winner of this game goes to the Super Bowl. And this one, it's far from over. They were the better team in the first half, but they do know that they're facing their toughest opponent of the year. And they've got to be prepared for them to fight it out all the way and add a few extra wrinkles in the second half as well. They need to stay on guard.
After the loss to start out, here's 2nd and 11. And now we get a timeout called on the defensive side of the ball by the Panthers. It's just their first, so 2 remaining as they burn one here in this third quarter. Ball at the 24 and a 2nd and 11. He'll be dropped after a gain of about 6 across the 30 to the 31.
Well, you certainly have to give a little credit here because they're playing this game now at their pace. This is ball control football, sustained runs, taking their time, and making it work.
In search of 4 yards here to pick up the first down.
Hey, Silver.
Throwing is Hurts. He's going to get that to his running back out of the backfield. And he's going to have an Eagles first down by about a yard. It's a gain of 5 on 3rd and 4.
Caught that look from you there, partner. I think we're on the same page on that one. Just his first catch. I think we both thought he'd be a little more active in the passing game. Let's see if that's the start of them trying to get the ball to him a little bit more here in the second half.
And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. And that one will go for 13 yards on the keeper and a first down.
How about that there? No frills, no additives, right? Nothing crazy. Just find a way to pick up the first down. A nice run right there.
Two first downs have him up near midfield now on 1st and 10. On the option to give to Swift here. And he fights forward for a modest 2-yard gain, 2nd down.
Well, praise has to go to the guys on the offensive line because they've had a very nice, productive day running the football. How about that poor defensive line? They've been knocked around the entire game, and while they slowed them down on that run, can they continue to do so? Because they haven't had much success throughout this ball game.
From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. He's got Watkins on the out route. And they're going to have another first down as the tackle's made at the Panthers' 36. Just his 2nd catch of the game so far. This one moves the chains. And defensively, they were in zone coverage there. Do you have to be a little careful? You're losing playing against a good quarterback like he is to not play too much zone?
Yeah, you have to be careful about how much time you're giving up. I think it's a good point you just brought up. So maybe if you still want to play zone, you go to a zone blitz scheme. And you can drop anyone out of your defensive front, defensive end, defensive tackle. It doesn't matter. You just exchange someone to bring more pressure towards the quarterback and still try and cover downfield.
From the 35, here's a 2nd and 8. Hurts sets up to throw it. Rolling to his right. All that gets him is just a yard, and now it's 3rd down.
I'm actually looking at this play with defensive eyes here, partner, because they were still laser focused on him after his earlier exploits on this drive. I think they went back to the well just a little bit too soon. He got across the line of scrimmage, but they certainly weren't giving up much more than that.
Looking right side, and that's complete to Watkins. And he's going to have an Eagles first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
And this was a nice example of an offensive coordinator scheming his guy open. Just a little underneath route, just trying to free up some space, and it worked awfully well. Got him not just space, but plenty of room to run after the catch to pick up really nice yardage.
2nd down, here's Jalen Hurts. That's out to the flat for Swift. Touchdown! DeAndre Swift saving his best for the playoffs with his 3rd touchdown of the game. And the Eagles take the opening kickoff of the 3rd quarter and drive right down the field to extend their lead. Elliott good with a PAT, and that pushes the lead up to 11. Now after the touchdown, here's Elliott on to kick it away. Here comes Harris out of the end zone. And he's able to get this across the 20, but not by much, as he's marked down officially at the 21. This Carolina offense at the line, ready to go. And their deficit a little wider than it was at halftime. Does that touchdown a minute ago change the thinking here at all?
I think it does, at least a little bit, because now urgency has to start setting in. You can't go out there and go 3 and out and run the risk of falling behind substantially, but you have to do do it without pressing, because pressing, that'll lead you to bigger errors.
We're in the third quarter of the NFC title game. This is 2nd and 10. Young to throw it. And this one complete to Smith. And he'll get this up past the 25 before he's out of bounds. 4 yards the gain, and it'll bring up a third down. He's been quiet today in the passing game, just his second catch.
Yeah, and people have to come up with schemes to limit him, and what a lot of teams do, they'll double him, use a linebacker underneath, a safety over the top. Sometimes they'll just take a corner, maybe their third corner if he's a bigger guy, and put him on a man-to-man to try and limit his touches. Just keep mixing it up, give him different angles, different looks, like a good boxer does.
It got his man complete. Yeah, they will touch him down, but not before he gets the first.
We always talk about the guy who paid off the play, don't we? The guy who caught it or ran it. But how about the elements that go into making a big play? This one in particular, able to scan the field, pocket held up nicely. What a terrific job by the offensive line. The route, well run, and the football, right on the money.
Young on first down. And now the ball's out. Fumble near midfield. Fortunate to get that football back, because trailing here in the second half, last thing they needed was to lose the possession.
And the word I think of here is opportunity, because it could have been lost there, their chance to score points. But the opportunity for the defense was to go ahead and really close this game down if they were able to get possession.
In motion left, Godwin. And he'll get it here on the touch pass. Ooh, the juke. Broke through some contact, but unable to reach the 40.
That's a nice job there defensively, being able to diagnose that little touch pass. They saw it coming, converged on it before he could get much out of it.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on third down. Out of the gun, it's Young. Eagle pressure, too much this time. Down he goes. Nolan Smith able to get him down for a loss of 11. And it brings up fourth down. Here's the Panthers punter now. And surprisingly, this is the first punt of the game for either team. And he'll get this away into the icy winter air. And that will hit and continue on out of bounds.
At their own 19-yard line.
Already at the line, this Philly offense set to go. And they'll just simply be looking to build off the confidence of the last time out where they scored a touchdown.
Confidence is powerful, isn't it? When you've scored once, you feel like you can go back out there and get it done again. Doesn't matter what the defense throws at them. They feel like they're in a groove right now, and they want to get out there and show it.
Yeah, hoping to stay in that groove here this go-around. Now he dumps this off over the middle. And they'll get it down here at the 23. One quarter remains until the NFC crowns its champion. We'll return with more after this. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. This offense so far on third down, a perfect 4 for 4 thus far. This will be 3rd and 6. Off the play fake, here's Hurts. He's got his target. That's complete. And they nearly get this all the way to midfield. Mark him down at the 49. Excellent play there on third down. Give them 25 yards.
Partner, I like that they're staying aggressive on offense, because to me, this drive is what is known as a put-away drive. You score here, that might put this one to bed. I like the fact that they're playing with confidence and not playing with fear.
And he is down at the 48. A pickup of 4 that started at one 48-yard line and ended at the other.
At the 48-yard line.
Second down and 6 now. Give them a loss of 6 yards, and it brings up third down. And they're going to speed things up here. Now on third and long, they'll look to throw. And they're going to get this down to about the 37. A big play there as they get the conversion on 3rd and 13.
Another catch for him there on this drive, Brandon, and it looks like they're going to utilize him out of the backfield any way they can. And that time they pick up a first down. So now on defense, do you assign a man to him and try and cover him before he gets going?
They're going to snuff this play out behind the line. We have not seen that much today. A loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's second down. And they'll send the tight end in motion here. Second down. Here's Hurts. And seeing nowhere to throw, he chucks this one away from harm. Incomplete. Now it's third down. To give you an idea of how accurate he's been throwing the football, we're in the second half. That's just his second incompletion.
Well, if he's that locked in, that means everyone's locked in, because to me it's like throwing a no-hitter in baseball. The pitcher may get the credit. A lot of people making plays behind him in the field.
Here's Hurts to throw. Looking here for Smith downfield. And intercepted. Maybe the turning point they need. Picked off by J.C. Horn. And the Panthers are right back in this football game. The Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive. And they are in need of points here, no doubt about that. With a Super Bowl berth on the line and trailing here in the fourth quarter, this possession, gigantic. They started on the ground with Eckler. And he sneaks his way forward only for a couple here. Second down. Looking to speed things up here, going with some tempo.
Red, cycle, blue, strike. Blaster, 6. Slide 2. Ready.
Here's Young from the shotgun. Flush to his right. He'll wind up getting 4 there on his own, but it will leave him now with a third down situation.
Well, it certainly appears to me that the defensive guys are starting to look a little bit tired, while he still has some fresh legs. Not the biggest game we've seen on a scramble, but still some positive yardage on a play that initially looked like a sure win for the defense.
Young to throw it. And he is caught. He's got room past the 30. And he is out of bounds right around the 34. 21 yards there on third down. From the 34 now, here's first and 10. Now Young. He'll buy some time right. That's caught by Mingo right side. And he's going to be out up around the 45-yard line. Another strong gain on the last 2 plays. They've moved it a combined 33 yards.
Well, every drive from here out is definitely crucial and critical. They know that they need to get at least 3 here to get it back to a 1-score game. But I can't imagine that in their huddle that they're thinking at all about getting a field goal. They want to get into the end zone and then try and get the ball back again.
And he'll take this ahead for about 4. Second down coming up.
Typically, we think it's the strong safeties that are better tacklers, especially closer to the line of scrimmage amidst traffic. But in this case, how about the free safety coming up and making the big-time play?
Claude Ray.
Now a second down throw for Young. He's airing it out for Williams. And this one incomplete. Oh, he couldn't hang on to it in the end zone, and that's one that'll haunt you. And now it brings up third down. They are in need of 6 yards here if they hope to move the chains.
Black Ultra. White. Ready?
Young on third down. And that's going to wind up incomplete. Needed the first pick of the game, but it does bring up fourth down.
give it big credit for his coverage right there, because when he saw the route break deep, he stayed in position to prevent a completion while avoiding any risk of a flag.
And they're indeed going to go for it here on 4th down. So trailing here in the last quarter. Let's see how this plays out. Got to try it here. He's back to throw. He's got his running back out of the backfield. And he is going to have a Panthers first down, and he'll have it by plenty, as it turns out to be a big gainer there on 4th down. Eluding the pressure right. And he's brought down.
Bryce Young on the keeper. He was brought down by James Bradbury. 1st and goal, Carolina.
Ready. Check pitch. Go red. Set go.
They'll run with Sanders. And he is in. Touchdown, Carolina. Miles Sanders, his 2nd touchdown of the afternoon. And the Panthers go coast to coast and finish the drive off with 6 points. So a big play coming for the Panthers. They'll go for 2.
Opposite. 3. Switch. Yellow. Throw. 52. Blue. Go. Set.
They'll try and run it here. And he will get into the end zone to cut the lead down to a single point.
Panthers 21.
So just under 2 minutes to play, and this would figure to pretty much be your ball game right here. And the Eagles hands team able to cover it up. And now looking at the clock here, they do have 2 timeouts, but even if they force a 3 and out, they're going to have very little time remaining.
So that means they've got to be aggressive and find a way to knock the ball free. They've got to come up with it, because they can't just rely, as you noted, on using their timeouts and getting the ball back. They might not have any time to mount an attack, even if they do play it that way. Get the football. That's their mantra.
And he'll work down inside the 45.
I like it. I like the call. Still an opportunity to run the football and chew up a little more time off the clock.
Brings up 2nd and 8.
This, in all probability, another run here on 2nd and 8. He's going to get it again. Just looking to get forward and protect the ball. The Panthers going to use the 2nd of their timeouts, as the clock will stop with just 70 seconds left to go in the game.
I like the call there, because that was one to take time off the clock and get them closer to getting out of here with a W. In the mind of the play caller, all you want to hear is tick, tick, tick.
On 3rd down, here comes Swift. And he won't quite make it. He needed 6. He got about 5. 4th down. Now the Panthers going to signal for their 3rd and final timeout. It'll be their 3rd and final timeout, so as they talk things over, we'll step aside. And here's a big one now. Trying to hold this lead. They're going to go for it here on 4th down. They'll try it now with Swift. And he's not going to get there. Might have even lost a yard. He only needed a yard, but he couldn't even get back to the line of scrimmage. And the Panthers will get the football back.
Here we
They'll come up 1st and 10 here.
Shot, 17, set.
Now Young.
Work with me, partner. Take a deep breath, because that's what they're doing down the field now. That incompletion allowed them to exhale a little bit. Get in the huddle, kind of scan the crowd, see if any celebrities are here. Relax a little bit as they start this big drive.
Come on, set.
Inside a minute to go. Here's 2nd and 10 now.
Yellow, blue. Field, black. Set, cut.
Here's Young. And he will slide to a stop. He does have the 1st down.
And what a big play, because now you're guaranteed at least a shot at extending this one. He had the 40-yard line picked out as his bare minimum to give them some kind of a game-tying attempt, and he got there. Excellent determination on that scramble, and it might just help him snatch away a victory.
Dancing to his left.
Brandon, I think he's just grateful to get back to the line of scrimmage and avoid not just losing yardage, but a big hit on that play as well. That defense closed down him quick and forced a quick surrender out of bounds.
So here we go. Maybe the biggest kick of the game forthcoming. Now the Eagles will use the 2nd of their timeouts. That'll leave them with just 1 remaining in this 4th quarter of play. So the field goal unit is on the field, as this is a big spot right here. This to potentially send us to overtime. And this will split the uprights. It's right down the middle, and they will tie this game here in the final seconds. So a money kick there in the final seconds, and now, barring any hijinks on the kickoff here, partner, I think you and we're going to settle in for a little overtime.
And I wouldn't have it any other way. This has been a dogfight all through regulation. No reason to think it won't continue in the extra period.
At their own 25-yard line.
This is 1st and 10. Hurts. Crossing right, and he finds Swift. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. And the clock will now stop as a timeout is called with 5 seconds left.
First and 10 at the 47-yard line.
Here's 1st down. Throwing is Hurts. That is incomplete. And we've got free football. 4 quarters done, and we're dead even. Well, 4 quarters couldn't settle things. It's going to take overtime to figure out who wins the George Halas Trophy and punches their ticket to the Super Bowl.
Here we go.
This Carolina offense at the line, ready to go. Well, CD certainly doesn't get any more exciting than this. Overtime in the postseason. Of course, keep in mind things are different than the old way it was. In the playoffs now, both teams guaranteed a possession, so a touchdown here, if they get one, the ball game will not be over.
And partners, we both know many people called for this change before, and they finally got it after the Buffalo-Kansas City Classic in the 2022 playoffs. Patrick Mahomes and KC, they score first. Game over. Josh Allen and Bills never touched the football. People hated that. Now the game reaches OT. Every playoff team has a chance to fight to extend their season. So the plan has got to be, you win the toss and you take the ball, reach the end zone and score, and put as much pressure on your opponent as possible to try and win a game in OT in the playoffs.
A 3 and out could really hurt here in this opening drive of overtime. Big third down coming. Throwing, Young. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete. The temptation to go for it probably there. Always is, especially in overtime. Gotta punt it, though.
I think you're right. I think that you absolutely have to punt it away and trust your defense, especially play a little field position here. But you're so right about the temptation. Another way to satisfy that, though, line up in punt formation and fake it. That's another way to get it done.
39 yards on the punt, just 2 on the return. And it will be Eagles football, 1st and 10.
At their own 33-yard line.
The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. On the ground, it's Swift to start the drive. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. 149 yards rushing for him now as his sensational afternoon continues.
A good run there at right tackle in old school NFL football. The right side of the offensive line, often known as the nasty side. The left side, usually the technical side. Kind of reminds me of the old Atlanta Falcons 2009-2010. That's how they constructed their offensive line.
And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11. Well, partner, recent conference championship games that have been needed to decide who goes to the Super Bowl. What do you got?
Well, if we go back to 2015, how about Green Bay at Seattle? And it looks like Green Bay's got this thing. Russell Wilson to Jermaine Kearse, that gets it done. And then go back to 2010. We think Brett Favre with the Vikings has the destiny, but they're in New Orleans. It's the Saints. And they get it done. And in overtime, go on to the Super Bowl. They won now, and they beat the Colts, correct?
A couple of the more memorable ones for sure. You know, Charles, just thinking about it, plenty of recent conference championship games have needed OT to decide who goes to the Super Bowl.
And we go back a little ways, can't we? Go back 2012. Giants in San Francisco. That was an overtime game. The Giants are going to go to the Super Bowl. How about the one where the Giants went to Green Bay, Lambeau, and beat the Magic of that stadium in a freezing, bitterly cold game and got it done there.
Yeah, it was 2008. It was absolutely freezing, and they went on to beat the Patriots in the Super Bowl that year. All they need is a field goal. Any kind of score here on this second drive would be a game winner. It's 1st and 10. On 1st and 10, it's Swift. Knifes his way forward here, but just 3 yards on the play. 2nd down.
And he continues to pile up the yardage. That puts him over $150 now. And this defense has really had its problems trying to keep him contained.
31-yard line.
So the next score wins here in the playoffs, and we will go as long as need be as they work here on 2nd down. And he's going to get this one down to the 30. They have 3 yards on 1st down, just 1 yard there.
And this is why aggressive defensive coordinators love to blitz. It wreaks havoc because they end up taking their attention to the blitzers, freed up the D lineman to make the play.
They got to get to the 23 here on 3rd. Once again, it's Swift. And they're going to get him down well short of the 1st as he can only get this to the 30. Call it a 1-yard gain on the play, and that's going to bring up a 4th down. And now we get a timeout called on the defensive side of the ball by the Panthers. So as they head to the sidelines, we'll head to this break on EA Sports. And the kick is good. He got it. And with that, they are off to the Super Bowl. And they get to hoist the Hallis Trophy. Unbelievable victory. Moving on to the Super Bowl.
I only hope that these players understand exactly who is behind that trophy. George S. Hallis, one of the creators of this great game of football of ours and creator of the NFL. What an amazing feeling and an amazing accomplishment.
And that will do it for this one. For Charles Davis, myself, and the entire crew, we'll see you in 2 weeks at the Super Bowl.